Mic is on.
Let's get
Whenever
it
you're
going.
ready, hit that. Welcome back, Wrestle Nerds! Victor Villa here. Let's see who's making their way to the ring tonight.
Pretty chubby flaco, dímelo mi gente.
Yes, it is I, JP Savage.
Oh, I don't think we're alone though. I don't think that's just it. I think there's more. So, you can catch him on Thursdays, talking all stuff sports. From the scripted stuff like NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, to all the way to the real hard-hitting action of pro wrestling. And tonight he's here to talk stuff with the bad guys. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Heels, Pops, and Cherry Shots from Anthony Talks Stuff, the man himself. Anthony, what's up?
Yo, that was a pretty wicked intro, I'm not gonna lie. Like, y'all did your little round, and I was like, yo, I wonder what I'm gonna get. That was pretty good.
Yo, you know I gotta take care of the people that come on this show, baby.
We tend to be very hospitable.
I like it. You know, it's pretty. I'm good, man. I consider myself a bad guy myself, so it's good to be welcomed by fellow heels. It's a good time. And that intro was good. I'm ready. That was a nice welcome. I feel welcomed. I feel comfortable. That was good.
Let's get it.
Well, in the words of Victor Villa, I'm glad that you're taking time away from talking about all those fake sports and start talking about some real sports like pro.
You know,
I didn't say fake. I said scripted, but I actually meant predetermined.
Oh,
but of course, like what I love about wrestling is like. Yeah, in the NFL, like, you know who's going to win every week. The cool thing about wrestling is that you have no idea. It's completely spontaneous. It's not scripted whatsoever. Everything is real. I love it.
Unless you're a WWE fan.
Big time. What I love most about WWE, like, I never know what's going to happen. Every match is different. Every promo is different. Seth Rollins is like a perfect example of that. I've only heard him say burn it down like once. Like, I love it.
Very original. Nothing's recycled.
And
there's so much diversity within the championship.
And their booking, they have the best booking in
dude, like
business,
I feel like they plan their booking out like 7 years in advance. You can tell it's just so calculated.
Honestly, their biggest downfall is that we just don't get enough of them. There's no way to really access them at any time we want.
I wish
it's just not enough.
I wish they had a
I'm
network.
in the fucking Twilight Zone. What the fuck is going on? You guys are. If you're not.
It's called sarcasm, asshole.
Oh, I missed that class. My bad.
You just got 3 minutes of round robin sarcasm.
Did I just get worked?
You just got work, bro.
Most people did.
You just got work.
It's okay.
Oh, man.
Anthony, awesome. We already can see this is gonna be a shit show.
No doubt.
You ready to get into some shit?
You guys ready to run?
Did you get your cardio in for the day?
Oh, of course. I'm doing cardio right now to catch up on my cardio when I cardioed earlier after I cardioed.
Well, let's do some
careful,
more
man.
and let's
Don't
run these
cardio
ropes.
too much.
Let's run these ropes and do some more cardio.
All right. So what we got going on this week, folks?
Let's start with AEW, man. They hit the news real quick.
I'll oblige.
They're talking about some classic name dropping right now for Dynamite's episode, a future episode of Dynamite.
Ooh.
They said Bash at the Beach.
So Bash at the Beach is making a comeback, folks.
Oh,
Alright.
my.
For what? An episode?
And it's for 2 episodes for 2 weeks. And the second week it's gonna be on Chris Jericho's Rockin' Rager at Sea
Oh my God.
on January
Shit's
22nd.
on a boat.
Yo,
Shit's on a boat.
and we're trying to get on that boat. We're going to be paddling on a little fucking canoe and shit, trying to catch up, but we're sneaking to that boat.
Yeah, they're not afraid of hurricanes though. Like really, like
Fuck.
they didn't learn anything about Hurricane Sandy and shit. Like we really gonna
fucked up.
put this on the beach?
And how you feel about this name, man?
I think it's dope. Like when WCW went down, like I miss like all the old like the Bash at the Beach and like Hog Wild when they would do shit on the actual beach and like Halloween Havoc. So anytime somebody can like bring like that little old school shit that I used to grow up on when I was like 6 and 7, I'm all for that. Like bring that shit back.
But see, I always felt though that like the Bash at the Beach, presentation wise, like for a fan, it probably sucked because you probably couldn't see. How would you fix it?
Oh, how would I fix it?
Right.
Ooh. Oh.
Would the answer be more elevation on the actual ring?
You mean like...
I don't know, because if you go more elevation, isn't that harder to see then?
But remember, it's a wave of people, and it's a flat surface. It's not like a stadium where like there's an angle, right? So
I see what you mean.
Like you see the people.
Yeah, he's talking like the set.
Yeah.
I would raise up the people in the back. I'd leave the ring at ground level, and you got to
Okay.
figure out some kind of like stadium seating instead of letting
Okay.
everybody be flat. You got to like go up with bleachers in the back or do
Okay,
something.
kind of like WrestleMania in Las Vegas, right? The whole Roman theme,
Caesar's Palace. Yeah.
Caesar's Palace with
Yeah.
the
Oh, like WrestleMania 9 type shit. Yeah.
That
Wow.
that makes sense. That makes sense.
How
Yeah.
far do you go back? And
Ooh, I go back like the
the first tape you popped in.
Actually, ironically, the very first wrestling I ever remember watching was WrestleMania 9.
Ha! That's a
Wow.
common
I was a-
one, yo. That's a common one.
I was a huge Bret Hart fan.
Ooh.
I remember watching that live as like a real little kid. I was maybe like 2 or 3. That's the first thing I remember, and I remember
Damn.
being pissed as fuck when Yokozuna won, and then being
baby.
confused as fuck because like Hogan came out and he had the belt, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Damn, worked on your first night, man. That's crazy.
Yo, I actually had no idea. Like years later, like I just found out like 2 years ago that when Hogan came out and he like fucked up Yokozuna, that he won the belt. Like I didn't know that's what happened. I thought he just came out and like tried to do the hero shit. I didn't know he actually won the belt. Like that pay per view was trash, but that's my first.
And the fact that they acknowledged it, this shit was a matter of fact. There was no ref. There wasn't a sanctioned match, and I felt like they treated Bret Hart like a minority that day. It was terrible.
They bitched him
He
out.
got robbed. He got
Yeah, they
screw
fucked him.
jobbed more than once, but Bret screwed Bret, right?
That breaks my fuck. Oh man, like I love Bret Hart and fuck Shawn Michaels and fuck that Bret screw Bret thing makes me so upset.
Hell yeah, but wasn't that fantastic for TV?
Oh, it was great. I mean,
It's the first time fucking Vince McMahon turned completely fucking heel. He cemented in his heels.
And speaking about Vince McMahon, you remember when Vince referred to AEW as Blood and Guts?
I sure do.
Well, AEW has filed a trademark for the name Blood and
oh,
Guts
these geniuses.
Oh, my
I
God.
tell
You're
you.
smart.
I
Wednesday,
fucking
November
tell
12th.
Oh my
Smart.
God.
13, I apologize.
Yo, AEW, man, they're
Blood
doing
and
things the
guts.
right way. They're
Yep,
doing
yep.
things
Is this
They're making a lot
gonna
of
is this gonna
noise.
be the name of a future pay-per-view?
Oh, it has to be.
It's
Has
got to be.
It has to be.
you. Okay. CM Punk was in the news this week, guys.
Oh my
Otra vez.
That guy. That famous
So
guy.
so
I've never heard of him.
Yeah,
You never-
he's some guy, you know.
Who's that?
Some
Likes to
guy
work
from
the
Ring
mic.
of Honor.
the lucky bastard.
Oh, I've heard of them.
The lucky bastard that took away AJ Lee
Oh,
Um,
from Union City.
from Union City, our hometown, Anthony.
Ese es mi primo.
Oh, that's right. She's Jersey. She was trained by Jay Lethal out there too.
Yes,
The hood.
yes.
Right
Jay
from
Lethal,
the
holla,
hood.
Elizabeth. So the crazy shit is that we know for a fact now that CM Punk, not to get it confused, that he is working for Fox
This is true.
in connection to WWE. So he is as free to speak as he would like to. And oh boy, did we hear a lot about Baron Corbin or lack thereof. But you know what I was most upset about, Anthony? He had the audacity to put the blame on the creative.
Really?
Like,
say?
how dare he?
What a dick.
What a dick.
Didn't he give him
What
an
a punk.
F plus?
What a punk.
What a punk.
Oh man, it's great. I am loving this. I can't wait to hear, see, indulge in more. I'm just happy to see CM Punk around the pro wrestling world, man.
And he's back, and it's it's gonna happen.
It's gonna
you know
happen.
he's gonna.
It's too much good business for everybody, right? And as
yeah.
long as everybody's making money, that's what it is.
Everybody's
yo.
happy.
Everybody's happy.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Speaking of making money,
Somebody
about it.
Somebody's not gonna make any money because they
oh my
they kind
god,
of quit NWA.
Wait, are
we
you
gonna
gonna
do
say
that?
the name?
Are we getting into that?
Are
Right
you
now?
gonna say the
Are we gonna
name?
do that? All right.
Ooh.
And I'm sure
Jimmy
you've
Lucha?
heard. I'm sure you've heard about the controversial evening that transpired on Tuesday. But before, well, I think let's just go in. Let's go in.
We
Cornette.
talked about it. It's
Cornette
from the
again.
roots.
He's wild. He's a wild boy. But this is nothing new. This isn't news. This is Cornette being Cornette and recycling a joke. Wasn't really nice. Not a nice one.
No.
But
Oh,
how we
yeah,
feeling?
it was inherently racist.
It was very racist.
Holy shit! He said,
But
that
he resigned.
he said Tyler Murdoch would run around.
Trevor Murdoch.
Trevor
Trevor
Murdoch. Shout out to Trevor Murdoch jumping off the top rope.
And shout out to Tyler Murdoch too, whoever that is.
Yeah, exactly.
That's his cousin, that's his
brother,
cousin.
cousin, sister.
Yeah.
And he would run through Ethiopia with fried chicken tied to his back, like for cardio.
Yo, let
like,
me ask you something.
Tasteless.
Is Jim
Wow.
Cornette related to Bicochito?
Oh my
Because
god.
they're both clowns.
They're clowns, bro.
Yo.
Yo.
You know, you can't at this point you can't give him the benefit of the doubt. He's been controversial since God knows when. You know this is a southern type of promotion, and this is the kind of shit that kind of heard back
Anthony,
in the day.
Anthony, you know what the worst part about this all this whole entire shit is? That there are many people that heard that line and fucking cracked the fuck up.
Yo, like,
That is
you
a
know
fact.
what's funny about this? When I was talking to you guys on Twitter last night, I had, like, just gotten on, and when I DM'd y'all, and I was like, oh, episode tomorrow, this and that, and you guys were like, oh, we could talk about that Cornette shit that, like, broke Twitter, and you guys broke that to me, and I went to the page, and I was like, what? And I could not believe I heard that immediately and was just, like, cringe, and I'm not Mr., like, PC, but that was just so...
I missed it. I
at this point,
completely
man?
missed it, unfortunately. When I heard about it, I was like, wait, what?
I actually watched Power and I didn't notice.
That's just what I'm saying. And it's
Yo,
crazy.
they had like a month. What I read today was that they had like a month and a half after they taped it to like edit that shit out, but they let it rock.
God.
Yeah, they let that shit rock.
Because they thought it would slide in there.
That says a lot about the promotion.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Like I was thinking initially, like, okay, it must have got missed, yada yada. But no, like you had a month and a half. That means you recorded it, you edited it, you put it out, you ran it and tested it yourself, and then you went with it.
And
Like
you
so
didn't
they
give
let-
a fuck.
Exactly.
And
They
it's
let
mo-
that shit.
One
And it's
given.
most unfortunate because this puts a blemish on what has been a fantastic experience for NWA right now.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
a lot of the
successful.
talent, the booking, the way the stories are being told. We've been fans. This definitely puts a blemish on the brand. I hope they can persevere through this. Obviously, they're taking the right
I don't
steps
know.
now.
I don't know, man, because
I just don't know the impact it's going to have. Because once again, I guarantee you, and this is probably part of the reason this shit was let slide through. It's just similar to the WWE Jordan Miles t-shirt situation, right? It was slipped right
Overlooked.
through and wasn't considered to be inherently racist because some maybe didn't. There were a lot of people that were entertained by the comment. And this is a fact, unfortunately. It's a reality of our world, right? So this is why we got here. I think at least we know he got fired, he resigned, they're excommunicating that point. We know for a fact Jim Cornette's not walking into the fire.
No, yeah, that shit's so fucked. I feel like they're so small, not small time, but like compared to like WWE and that, I don't know if they'll survive it. But then I think all the crap that like I remember when Vince said like the N-word on Raw.
Yeah.
Everybody like forgets about that. Like I how the fuck does that happen? Like,
There's been
but
so
they got
many
away
things.
with it.
But it's
That's just like a tip of the
but
iceberg.
remember
But
it's a cancel culture now, right? So and in that era Vince survived because it's not as reactive in our society as it is now. So we're
Ooh,
gonna see what's gonna happen.
do you think he would survive that if he did that today?
Oh hell no. Hell no.
Oh.
nah.
No,
Not in
because-
2019. No way.
Because Vince is already villainized to begin with, right? There's a lot of people he rubs the wrong way. So
But he
so-
was
so he's
never
easy
labeled
to-
a racist at all.
no, but that's what I'm saying. If he were to say any inherently racist comment, he would be labeled that immediately.
Oh no, yeah, immediately.
That's what I'm
of
saying. He's
course.
already vilified. So like people need a reason to hate him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though listen, we've interacted with a lot of talent that has had experience with Vince McMahon, and they had many positive things to say.
Right. A
You
lot
know,
of positive.
A lot
things.
of. I honestly have been surprised by.
I
the
think more,
comments.
definitely more positive than negatives.
Definitely more
For
positive.
sure.
Is he?
He's a
is he
businessman.
controlling?
Pull the curtain back,
Is he
man.
crazy? Is he a workaholic? Sure.
Is
Does
he
he
a-
put people in unpredictable situations?
I think he's an
sometimes?
alien.
Yes, but the man is loyal, and he's there for those people that are loyal to him, and he takes care of people. I mean, just incredible. I talked about how through his rehabilitation, he has been there for him throughout his entire career. Like those small things, they mean a lot, right? Is he
Yeah.
perfect? No. Has he made many mistakes? Yes, he's been punched in the face many times. But
But
the
better.
reality is, he is who he is, and not for nothing. At least he's not the one that's out here playing WWE 2K20 and making sex scenes with the fucking characters.
shout out
Have you
to the
seen this
internet.
shit?
Shout out to the
Yikes.
internet.
Anthony, have you seen this
Oh
shit?
god.
No, I don't know what we're talking about.
Yo,
What?
I'm sure we posted it
who's
somewhere.
been doing that shit? Benji?
Yo, I don't
shout
know,
out to Benji.
Benji. Yo,
Hey.
you are a sick bastard. You are a perverse individual. You need to be
That's fucked up.
tranquilized. They are taking. I saw a clip of Andrade Cien Almas and Selena Vega in a case-like situation, in a chokehold,
No bueno.
and grinding,
No bueno
and is
anywhere.
moving all across the ring. This shit is crazy.
Bro, that's a
Nice.
reggaeton video
That's
from the early 2000s.
Yo,
Alright, so one thing-
Ropa El Bicho. That's
taking
all
it
we had
back-
last week. They really took it to the fucking core.
Taking it back to Cornette real quick.
Larry over.
One thing,
Bobby Rican.
one thing for sure, man, is Power definitely gonna take a shot
Yeah,
for
yeah.
losing Cornette. And I just wanna
Let's see how
they
much
bounce back.
power they lose.
We'll see. I think it's
They're
time to
gonna
get
lose one
Raw.
R.
Though. I think we
Get
gotta
Raw.
get Raw.
You gonna get Raw? Yeah, Raw.
Oh, I get it. That was a good segue.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You
So
actually-
you can't hear the soundboard from the phone call.
Just know there's music playing when
There's
we're
got some, we got
silent.
some music play. You'll see it. You'll see it on
No,
Friday when it drops.
I've checked your stuff out. I know the soundboard. That's
Okay.
bet.
All right, cool.
Cool.
Appreciate
So
the
how you
love,
thought
man.
about Raw though?
that you were?
I thought I thought the Kevin Owens and McIntyre match was actually a really good match. Like,
Yo.
that was like a legit. I was pumped as fuck. Like, that match was good, and then they fucked it over with that stupid ending.
Oh, with Hunter coming out and the whole the undisputed era, you didn't like that? Yeah, it's a
No.
little bit too much already.
I didn't like it because everybody. So like I was talking to you guys before we went live. Like, I was on vacation last week, and so I caught up on when I got back at the end of last week. I caught up on like all the wrestling I missed, and I felt like between Raw and SmackDown and everything this week, and then like last week too, like everything has just been. Oh, we're gonna have a match, and then some dudes from NXT are gonna interfere, and it's been like every fucking thing. They just keep doing like stupid invasion thing over and over. And with the Owens thing, like not only did they do that again, but they didn't even give him a chance to like answer Hunter's thing. They just like attacked him, and maybe that leads somewhere. That would be kind of cool, but I just thought it kind of like dimmed out the flame from fucking Drew and Owens, which was a dope match.
Cool.
Honestly, unfortunately, I feel like they've dropped the ball in that regard as far as the brand takeover. It worked beautifully the first time we saw it on SmackDown. It wasn't as great on Raw. Following after SmackDown, they've done a very good job on NXT, including tonight.
Yeah.
But it's just Raw. Raw is the one show where it has really fallen flat.
You think it's a 3 hours?
And even it has to be, because now you're seeing too much, and you're seeing too much of the same thing, right?
It could be that. Yeah, I feel you.
Oversaturation, unfortunately.
You mean you don't like that WWE has Bobby Lashley defeating No Way Jose? Like, you don't like to see that?
No.
Yo, I'd
Oh
rather.
man, that was
That's
fantastic.
disrespectful.
I'd
You know what's
rather-
just disrespectful too? The way he was holding up Lana's leg in the ring. I don't know what's going on.
Yo.
But you saw those cheeks shaking?
I'd
Good Lord have
rather
mercy.
hit up Univision and tell them to bring back Luz Clarita, bro.
Oh
my
my
God.
God.
He's just
Yeah.
so proper.
Do you love this
Yikes.
angle? This Bobby Lashley angle with Lana and Rusev? How do you feel about this, Anthony?
I hate the shit out of it. It's like weird and uncomfortable, and I don't know where it's going or like who's gonna get what. And I just feel bad for Rusev. Like he's like a good wrestler, and ever since he came in at that Mania on that fucking Russian tank and lost to Cena, it's been all downhill. And he
Yeah,
just keeps
true.
getting the worst shit.
Yo, and he confirmed it on Twitter to a fan that he hasn't resigned. He hasn't resigned. He hasn't. He hasn't at all.
It probably would be
At
best, yo.
At least he's kept his cool though. Like I was actually to plug like I think one of the most recent episodes when you guys were talking about all the shit with like ACH and that. I like that Rusev is kind of like. I'm not a fan of all these dudes going like public on Twitter and being like, I want my release or like I want this. I just think like it's not professional and it doesn't help you get what you want. And if anybody should do it, like Rusev deserves, he just keeps getting fucked.
I hear you, man. The problem I see with that is just the day that we live in today, man. Because think about it. Everybody he has breakfast, and what's the first thing they do before they take their first bite? You putting it
Social
on the
media.
gram, man. You put it on Twitter, like.
Yeah, it controls our
People
world.
Just had some pancakes. What up?
For real, like.
And didn't even taste one fucking chip.
Shout out to the Baki chip. Hey,
Don't remind me. Don't remind me.
But
Hey.
nah, man, you see that it's just when you do shit like that now, they have you by the balls, literally, man. You can't give them more ammo for them not to give you what you want ultimately.
But you know what's crazy? I feel like part of the reason why we're seeing this in so much frequency now is because I think WWE makes it very impossible to break out of that contract. I think when these wrestlers, we may not know
When
this,
convenient.
but think about it. But we may not know if they've got to speak to the higher ups and have requested this, right? And they've been turned down, and they have to been told you need to honor your contract. So it's until they're in breach of contract that now we're talking about removing the contract, right? So
Yeah, look at Luke Harper. Like, you have no fucking control. If they want to fuck you over, they're going to do it.
And look, and they definitely fucked him. They sodomized
Yep.
the shit out of him because look, he is now still on contract, and they've put him in sparingly with Eric Rowan.
I don't remember
Really?
the last time I saw him.
Whose feelings did he hurt?
Hey yo.
Jesus.
The best part about Monday night, ladies and gentlemen,
Absolutely.
midnight, because then it was Tuesday.
No, but you're not gonna talk about the Andrade. You're not gonna talk about the Andrade Seth Rollins match. That was a dope ass match.
You can talk about it.
Dope ass match, and they go see each other again. But yeah, you can continue on.
But
to
yeah,
Tuesday.
Tuesday, the shit get fuzzy around because Power comes on. One of the best things in wrestling going right now, I think.
Was this that magic episode?
I mean, it took some shots. Cornette obviously ruined the show for many, I think. But if we put Cornette on pause for a little bit, we could talk about how Nick Aldis defeated Trevor Murdoch.
What you think about his promo?
But was defeated by the mic, I think. Before the match.
It's that 10 pounds of gold that holds down his larynx.
Listen, they say the internet is picky. They say these podcasters don't know shit about shit, but hey, we the one that pay your bills, right? We the one that keep watching your shit. So you know what? We know what we want to watch. We know what we like. And Nick Aldis, you legit are the man in NWA. I think he has that Ric Flair aura to him. But if you're gonna have that Ric Flair aura, yo, you gotta be 100 on that mic. And it looked to me like he choked up.
Especially as the top guy.
You're the top guy. Yeah, he kind of choked up when he mentioned the whole part about it being an exhibition and the crowd didn't like it.
Not good.
So how were his mic skills?
Trash.
You want to know something?
Caca sandwich.
I'm gonna give you a better one, cause I don't believe it's Nick Aldis' fault entirely.
Probably not.
What I just think is that we've been able to see, especially in NWA, the promo delivery, the raw, uncut, unfiltered promos that they're allowed to shoot. We've seen that other wrestlers have done it better.
Oh yeah, and look,
so I think he's just being overshadowed.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you see James Storms come onto that mic, it's money. You've seen Eli Drake step up to the mic, it's money. Mr. Anderson,
Eli Drake,
right?
I'm a fan now.
Eddie Kingston, Thunder Rosa, Marty Bell the week before. You know what I mean? Like, everybody that's coming on the mic is killing it.
No doubt.
So I just think he's not.
Shout out to Gordito Marquez.
But is that Aldis' fault? Like, is that Aldis' fault for like failing on the mic?
I don't
wait
know.
for like putting him in a situation like that.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. If he's the top guy, you have to be able to thrive in that situation.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's
and
my
that's
point.
the difference between Nick Aldis and, for example, Chris Jericho.
Uh-huh.
Chris Jericho right now is absolute a gold mine with a microphone in his hand. Look at every week when he is on the show, how he just changes the entire experience.
The whole energy is different as soon as he comes on.
Yeah. And that's why it was the best booking ever to make him the first champion. Woo!
Oh yeah, especially going to TV.
Oh my god. So that's what's failing right there. My honestly, what I'm more interested in seeing, who's gonna be that face. I think James Storm's turn is up.
You know, I can't even tell the difference who's a face and who's a heel in this show.
Because it's people being
Fucking
people.
Eli Drake came out and cut a ill promo, but then my man Anderson came out and interrupted and challenged him. But then my man Eli comes out and fucking jumps him from behind, hits him with a fucking wrench. I'm like, yo, what's that?
Wild.
Who's the heel here?
It's 2019, man. There are no heels. There are no faces.
Yo, I love it, and I'm
Bang,
loving it because you getting the mic skills and you getting the entertainment with the physicality. Yo, it's gold.
Yeah.
And as much as things change, they don't. It looks like my boy Aaron Stevens, Sandow, is still running around with his, jobber-like esque.
Did he move the crowd? Did he move the crowd?
No, he moves the crowd, but guess what? He just re-inherited his Miz gimmick. But now he's rocking with question mark. So now they're cheering for question mark. Over as fuck. I've never heard a louder chant from Power since last episode with question mark.
With Trevor Murdoch.
Holy shit.
Jumping off the fucking top rope. Nah, but for me, honestly,
that was bad.
Every week, what has been making me watch, like, the matches that I focus on has been Thunder Rosa.
Yo, and don't forget that we got the debut of Melina.
That's what I'm
Yes, we
saying.
did.
You had Thunderbolts and Marty
did.
Bell tagging.
I like that stable, yo.
And then the way they set up for Melina, that little stable, bro.
La
And
Latinas.
insatiable.
We
Oh,
call her La
man.
Latinas until they get a real name.
Yeah,
And then, you know, but so then
I love it.
That's
I
what you heard
love
here first. La Latinas.
I call them Union City.
That's fucked up.
Well, I just know they're gonna make an impact.
Oh, speaking of impact. Great segue.
Oh, thank you.
Let's handle it. Talk to him, JP. How we feeling
Well,
about Impact this week?
Honestly, it was an interesting show. I caught the tail end of it, unfortunately.
Oh,
'cause
but that's cool because we
Were busy. What were we busy doing last night?
we had some interview. We was doing work. Let's keep them in the dark for a little bit, just a little bit.
Okay.
We was doing some work.
We were
but
shooting the ish.
We were
if you know
shooting some
what we mean.
ish.
In the almighty dark?
The almighty dark.
Okay, we'll leave it like that.
But it's cool because you see on this show, and we're a team, so we multiple people watch the shows. So I watched Impact and you watched Impact, right?
Of course.
I made it to the opening credits,
Oh.
and then you took the rest, right? So
Yeah.
you take over.
I mean, at the end of the day, the one thing that we definitely have to talk about is the 6-person elimination match to determine who's the #1 contender for the Impact World Champion. And in the reality, the only thing that we need to talk about is the fact that congratulations to Tessa Blanchard and Daga for getting engaged.
Newly engaged.
go.
Congratulations.
The man is not an idiot, folks. The man has been planting seeds. He's the biggest fuck we ever seen. And he's strapped down now the new #1 contender for the Impact World Champion, Tessa
right,
Blanchard.
A lot of big things happened over there in that crib.
Guys, this was monumental.
De lo mío,
First and
Daga,
foremost,
de lo mío.
every match was dope. Rich Swann, Eric Swan, call him what you want. The man was doing work. He was the workhorse throughout this whole tournament.
They had Swans versus Moose.
Moose versus Daga, Swan, then Swan versus Moose, and then Michael Elgin versus Swan. Elgin gets DQ'd. Swan is gushing blood out of his mouth. They're making mention that his intestines, he's bleeding internally. And then you have Brian Cage come out and absolutely slaughter him.
Out of that list, I don't know. I kind of am, into the whole couples thing. So I would have loved to see Daga make it to the end.
Yeah, it would have been an interesting lovers quarrel, but it's not believable. Right?
Probably not. No.
But you know what?
But are we happy that Brian Cage did it?
That's what I'm saying. That's the one thing I'm going to mention. I don't know how believable, and this is obviously the gripe when it comes to interracial. I mean, not interracial. I'm sorry, intergender. Jesus Christ!
Yo, where's your mind?
Wrong episode.
Wrong podcast. I'm so sorry.
Wrong podcast.
This isn't Cornets.
Yo, a guy as big as Brian Cage, and to see Tessa Blanchard hang in the ring with him. I mean, first of all, kudos to fucking her.
Yeah.
It was a great match, but in a way, it was a little bit hard for me to believe that she was causing this guy so much damage.
So I would have been mad if I would have saw Swan and Tessa go at it.
That would have been a little bit more believable, I think.
Oh,
And it would have been a great match too.
Yeah, but you're giving it away, kind of, don't you think? The person that's watching at home, like,
I mean,
Swan's gonna
I
fucking
was gonna
lose.
believe that Swan's winning.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think Tessa was gonna win.
Yeah, right.
Honestly, I'm like versus Brian Cage. That makes no sense. And then
I
here we go.
I think they were building a foundation.
Here we go.
And I
Little
think
by
Tessa's
little.
taking it, yo.
And you know why it works, right?
I think she's gonna take
because
it.
of the ongoing storyline she already has with Sami Callihan.
Oh yeah,
True.
That's why it's a beautiful
most
booking. It's beautiful.
But that's
booking.
why I said that they were building a foundation. It was.
Oh, yeah.
Eventually, it was coming.
I want her to win the strap.
Yo, the craziest thing
I want
is,
her to
as,
win.
as
Oh, fuck
Pretty Chubbs mentioned before, like she's only 23, guys.
Yo.
You know what else?
The future.
You
is bright.
have a magnificent act.
Oh my god! But is this the first
man.
women's? This could be potentially the first women's Impact champion.
Yeah.
I think
so,
the first
man. I think
women's-
they rock with it.
Woman to win.
Woman
the
Why
to
champion.
win
wouldn't
a
you rock with
heavyweight.
this right now? This is what everybody wants, right?
Fuck it, yo.
Unless you go in the
And
WWE route.
she is one of the top
Especially-
wrestlers in the world.
And then I bet you Vince follows and he puts the belt on Becky.
Oh fuck yeah, he would
Oh,
do that.
absolutely.
I
In a
bet
heartbeat.
money.
You got to do that if you're Impact though, especially if like
Yeah.
when her contract's done, she's most likely not gonna resign there. She's jumping ship to somebody else. So if you got her now, like
Who, Becky?
AEW.
Tessa?
Impact.
Yeah.
like she's not gonna stay in Impact. Like so, like shoot your shot while you got it. Like get what you can out of her, make some monumental shit,
Hey,
build stuff
I don't
off
know,
of it.
man.
That's what WoW is doing, right?
Yeah.
WoW is taking full advantage of having her on, yo. And hey, smart business.
Oh yeah.
Do what
Smart
you got.
business.
I don't know. Maybe I think she. Maybe she stays.
You heard that? Wow.
Nah, he don't hear the sound. The sound. From
Oh yeah, you
from
right.
the
My
thing.
bad. He
My
said
bad,
Wowie.
yeah.
Wowie.
I heard the Mario kind of power up. I heard that
yeah?
one,
Ooh.
and I
Oh,
heard two
shit.
so far. Yeah.
Okay,
Nice.
cool. So we coming up. We coming up on the
If
world.
you put our headphones to the mic, you'll hear it. Here we go. So are we gonna jump right into Wednesdays?
Yeah, I think it was Wednesday.
best day of
when
the
it hit
week?
midnight, right? Yeah. Let's
do
go
it.
into Wednesdays. Let's go to Wednesday Night Wars.
So Anthony, you mentioned before that you were flipping back and forth between AEW Dynamite and NXT. My question for you, good sir, is which one did you start with?
I always start with AEW.
Ooh.
Nice.
Okay. Who took the lion's share though?
I think my favorite thing of like both shows was I really enjoyed the hell out of Moxley and Darby Allin.
Yes.
But I'd probably
that
give
start?
NXT lion's share. Yo, the start was the camera work there was so good because they were still focused on Mox. Like
Right.
they didn't telegraph the shit out of it, and Darby Allin came like out of the side of my TV and like
Real.
out Mox.
Yeah.
Like
You know, and
yeah, that was dope.
That's credit to them because that's something that's improved since
Yes,
like, the
I was
first
gonna say
pay-per-view.
yes.
They've really gotten comfortable. And if anything, that's been some of the complaints of the Impact shows that even though they've been great, some of the camera work is not perfect.
Right,
But yo, they've improved steadily every week because I think we made the same comment last week.
They have to
about
get
the
their
camera
they
angles.
have to
it
get
came
their
up.
reps in.
Yeah, yo, it's
It's
been
all
great.
about getting the reps.
It has
Yeah,
been
they're only
great.
gonna get better with each week. Each week is like an extra practice run, an extra like
Exactly.
crack at it.
Yeah, it's been great.
doubt.
Absolutely great.
Well, how we feeling about MJF, yo? He took that battle royal this week. He's gonna go off to face who think
Him and Adam Page.
Adam
Yeah,
Page.
Hangman.
What's
Advance
this Simon
next
ring
week.
about? What going to fucking kiss and shit? Like what are we?
Yeah, I don't know what it fucking means. I just get that it's important.
I think AEW saw that Tessa got a ring, so they're trying to put a ring on somebody else too.
Is it that same ring that Cody would walk around in ROH with?
Oh,
You remember
the
that ring?
The ring.
The
Shout out
ring.
to Being
The
the Elite. If we
diamond
following that, listen. If you're not following Being the Elite and you trying to watch AEW, man, it would help if you follow Being the Elite. They
just a
only
little
give
bit.
you a
Duly
lot
noted,
of
duly
their
noted.
promos. I mean, their story work. So
They only tell you everything that's gonna happen.
Please, guys, do yourself the favor. Follow Being the Elite. Let yourself in. Doors wide open. Jericho came out.
Oh my
Spoke
God.
to the world,
Money.
to the masses.
You know what's the most impressive part of the entire segment, though?
He could have said
Reverse
sorry.
psychology.
The fact, yeah, that was beautifully. Oh my God, we were dying the entire time.
Did we get like an Elmer Fudd and Bugs Bunny?
Sort of.
Yo.
That's exactly what we got.
Yo.
But what the beautiful thing was that Scorpion Sky did not fault in the moment.
No.
He dished
No, he
it
looked
right
real
back. He looked really good, and we called it after him being the first loss for Jericho. He's being built to be that number one guy. I didn't expect it to be this quick.
Right, I expected later, maybe a couple months down
And you
the
know
road.
what? Usually I would be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, this is on the fly booking," but this is fantastic.
I just feel like they still have stuff with SCU they can do. Like, but I
Yeah.
mean, hey, I'm still from the ROH days. I've had enough.
yeah.
I stomach it because I'm with it, but I'm ready for Scorpio Sky to break loose, man, and do his thing.
He's gonna be
His
a star.
performance in the first round of the fucking tag tournament, like when he lost his shoe and like the crowd was so fucking over for him, like
No
that
doubt.
moment right there. I thought the same as you guys. So I was thinking like, oh cool, like maybe 3 or 4 months down the road, like he gets a title shot. This is the
No,
build or
next
something.
week.
But fuck it, like
word.
and they let him. He did so good on the fucking mic tonight and
Yeah.
using like that reverse psychology angle
my
and trick
God.
Jericho
That's so
into it and
good.
brought him in close. I was like, oh okay, like this is dope.
It was great.
I mean, he's not gonna win, but I'm all for it.
Right,
The intensity that he was looking at him with,
Ooh.
it felt so real. He said, "I've been dreaming of this moment, or maybe I've been dreaming of this moment for 15 years."
Yeah.
That shit was
Throw that
dope.
shit in there.
He did a
I
good.
don't know how long you've been grinding, bro. Do it.
Do it, bro. Do it. Nah, it was fantastic, man. Looking forward to it. And you know what? Even if he doesn't win, he has now fought for the world championship. He is in that class. He's leveled up.
No, yeah, he won't win, but you can use it. It's on your belt, so now
course.
it's easy to
He
put
can
him
put
in that
that
match
shit in his
again.
resume. You know what I
The
mean?
main event picture.
Yeah.
Santana and Ortiz defeated the Street Profits. I mean, the Private Party.
Yo,
No, Private Party won.
Oh, they did win. Yeah, my
Yeah.
bad.
yo,
Private
let
Party
me ask you a
did win.
question though. Are they just gonna throw Brandon Cutler in every little gap they can? Because I feel like every week he's just coming out to attack somebody. or trying to defend
And he
somebody.
gets beat
No,
up.
but you gotta pay your dues. You gotta earn that contract that was given to you.
Is he the Brooklyn Brawler of AEW?
Oh my
Yes.
god!
Oh man.
Hey,
We had a jobber once, remember? Me neither.
I don't remember at all.
Me neither.
NXT guys.
NXT.
NXT was a little dope. It started off hot.
A little dope.
It started with the man.
A little dope.
Little dope.
Anthony, quick question for you, straight up. What has been the better show for you, AEW or NXT? Since we